Hello, folks, it's Mikey Allstar here with the second presidential debates. Oh, yeah. So, unfortunately, Spider-Man had to leave due to the fact that he was spending too much time eating pizza. So now, he just has a bunch of free time to eat pizza, so that's great for him. But, we've got our two candidates today. Let's go ahead and introduce them, shall we? If you don't already know, here they are. We've got, of course, none other than Napoleon Bonaparte. I'm pretty sure he can actually run for president, but hey, who cares? Anyways, we also have George Washington, a former president, the first even. He's also even more noticeably known for being on the $1 bill. Pretty awesome, right? I mean, I'm not on the $1 bill. That's pretty cool. Anyways, we've got some serious questions for tonight, so sit back, enjoy, and keep your eyes out to see who you think you should vote for. This is a pretty important debate, so let's dive right in. Alright, you got this, Dad. Show him who's boss. Oh, don't worry. I'm sure I can handle Napoleon Bonaparte. I mean, that guy has a brain the size of a normal person because he has a normal brain, but yeah, I've got a super brain.
Now tell me, Hitler, how are we going to sabotage George Washington?
Well, I have the perfect idea. I have control over his mic, so I will be answering the questions in the worst possible manner to make him look bad.
Ah, that is genius, alright. This will go perfectly. No one will suspect it is you, because you sound exactly like George Washington. Alright, let's do this, my friend.
Alright, gentlemen, let's begin with the first question. So, there's been a huge epidemic going on recently. An epidemic of trash. There's so much trash around the place that it's getting crazy. I go outside, I see at least 2 candy wrappers outside. It's crazy. I mean, come on, where's all this stuff coming from? So, what are you going to do about this trash problem? We'll start off with you, Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte.
I hate trash very much. I hate trash as much as I hate garbage. Yes, I will destroy the trash. My first order as the president, after, of course, declaring myself dictator, I will destroy the trash.
Wow, that's great, yeah. What about you, George Washington?
Well, I love trash. Trash is very good, and trash makes me happy, so I will increase the trash. Yeah.
Well, wait, I didn't say that. Wow, that's very interesting. George Washington says he's going to increase the trash. Now, here's my thinking. You ever heard of reverse psychology? Maybe this is reverse trashology, where if you put more trash outside, there'll be less trash. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's also kind of weird how he developed a German accent, but hey, I'm not going to question these things. This is great. Alright, our next question. Alright, so we all know and love the American flag, but what do you think, guys? Would you personally change it, or do you want to leave it as is? We'll start off with you, Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte.
Well, I think the American flag looks like garbage. I mean, it looks great. I love the American flag as much as I love America. And I will keep the American flag the way it is and not change it to the French flag, of course.
Alright, that's cool, that's cool. Okay, Mr. George Washington, what about you? What do you say about the American flag? I mean, the American flag has changed over the years, and when you were a president, it wasn't quite the way it was, so tell me, what do you think?
Well, I will change the American flag. Personally, I think the flag should be all red and there should be a white circle in the center.
What's in the center? Is there any symbols in that white circle?
There is one symbol in that white circle. A smiley face, of course, because we want to show the world that we are happy. Yes.
Well, I didn't say anything of that. What? You heard it here, folks. We've got Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte saying that he will keep the American flag the same, while George Washington says that he's going to make it a red smiley face thing that kind of looks similar to another flag. That I don't know what flag it is, but you can use your imagination, I think. I must say, this is going quite well so far. Alright, let's go and move on to our next question. Now, this is a pretty hard-hitting question, so let's see what you gotta say. It's been said that the American cinema is one of the most important parts of American culture. So, what do you say about that, Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte? Do you want to keep cinemas open, or do you want to close them down forever?
Well, I think that the cinema is very good. Of course, it is a French word, of course, so we French, we invented the cinema, of course, and I think we should keep the cinemas open, especially if they're playing French movies, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, alright, so Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte is in favor of keeping cinemas open. What about you, George Washington?
Well, I think that cinemas are completely useless. Unless, of course, they're playing the propaganda movies, then they are very helpful. But for the most part, we have to eliminate the cinemas.
Wow, that is pretty bold, coming from German George Washington over here. Alright, well there we have it. So, Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte is in favor of keeping cinemas open. Wow, George Washington says that we should only keep the ones that play propaganda movies open. Real quick, George Washington, can you give me an example of a propaganda movie these days?
Trolls World Tour.
Ah, Trolls, okay, yeah, sure. Alright, well, we have more questions coming up after the commercial break. Alright, you guys are doing great, so let's go ahead and, just give you 5 real quick, just take a little break here, collect your thoughts, get some water, then we'll be right back, alright? Sounds good, yes.
Oh, yes, perfect.
Oh, that's weird, George, you lost your accent there. I guess it happens. You know what they say, the TV really adds an accent. What in the world is going on out there, Dad? I mean, you're answering these questions like an insane man, like some sort of crazy dictator genocidal guy. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on, son. Something crazy's happening. I mean, you heard me, right? I don't have a German accent. I mean, I've never heard you for German accent, but I mean, hey, just like Mikey said, the camera really adds an accent. Yeah, I know, but this is crazy. I mean, I'm saying things, but my things aren't being heard. It's like someone else is controlling my microphone. Wait a second. Who do we know that's German and that hates you, that also wants someone else to be the president? Leonardo DiCaprio? Adolf Hitler. Oh, you're right, son. We gotta do something about this before I look bad and I lose the presidency. But what? Oh, I know exactly what to do. Leave it up to me, Dad.
This is going quite well, Monsieur Hitler. Soon George Washington will be cancelled on Twitter. Yes, I must say, this plan is quite devious. I am excited to see it work so well. Now go out there and continue to give those good answers, and then the presidency shall be yours.
Sorry, Mr. Hitler. I was just going to get some water.
Stupid American.
All right, guys. We're ready to get back to the debates.
Time to sabotage George Washington's career. Wait, there's my device.
You got everything you need over there, pal?
No, the American.
All right, folks, welcome back to the debates, where we ask the most important questions. All right, this next question is very important. This is possibly one of the most important questions to the American people, so listen up and answer well. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? All right, I think this time we're going to start off with George Washington. So, Mr. Washington, let's hear what you got to say. This is a very tough question to answer, Mikey, but we, the people of the United States, deserve chocolate ice cream. And if not chocolate, then strawberry. And if not strawberry, then even maybe chocolate and strawberry combined together. This is the American way. Wow, very well put, Mr. Washington. It's kind of weird how your accent kind of disappeared, like now you just sound like an American guy. But I'm not going to question it. Alright, Mr. Napoleon, you're up next. Well, personally, I really like sand-flavored ice cream. I think sand-flavored ice cream is the new vanilla. And vanilla is great too, but sand-flavored ice cream is the way of the future. If I become president, I want to make sure that every single ice cream flavor has at least 1 grain of sand, if not at least a bucket of sand inside of it. So there we go. I think that sand, once again, is the future. Wow, well there you have it. It's kind of weird that also Napoleon Bonaparte's accent disappeared too. But hey, I'm not going to question these things. Alright, so we have George Washington saying that chocolate and strawberry are the ways of the American. And also we have Napoleon Bonaparte here saying that that sand is also the path of the future too. I have a feeling that some viewers at home may be a little upset about the sand thing, but don't worry. I bet sand-flavored ice cream is pretty terrible. I mean, it's great. I was supposed to lie there. It's great. Yeah, it's good decision. Yeah.
What? I did not say anything about sand-flavored ice cream.
Oh no, I heard it here, and everyone at home heard it too. Alright, so we've got another important question here. This one has been the talk of the town for quite a while. So, we're going to start off with you, George Washington. Star Wars or Star Trek? This has been greatly debated throughout the years, and I think it's important to know that both are great. I think that Star Wars has some awesome stuff, and Star Trek has some cool stuff too. Just depends on who you are, you know? You can like both, you can like either. It doesn't matter. As long as you like one of these things, or even if you don't like them at all, that's up to you. Everyone has the right to an opinion, so give them that right. Wow, very well put. Alright, well, next up, you, Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte, what do you have to say? Well, personally, I think both are stupid, and if you watch them, that you are insane and a maniac, and perhaps even an insane maniac, and that if I had to choose one, I'd say Star Trek, because it's just so much better than anything ever made, except for the fact that it's one of the worst things I've ever seen, because I'm a French man, and what French people, we like to watch things that are great, and when we see stuff that isn't great, then we're like, ow, my eyes, they hurt a lot, they're really in pain. So French is great, and you gotta watch French stuff now. You can't watch Star Trek or, what was it, Indiana Jones, or whatever he said, because it's not French. So there you go.
What? I did not say that.
Alright, well there you have it. George Washington said that you can have your own opinion, and I don't really know what Napoleon Bonaparte said, but yeah, there it was. We've got one last final important question, so stay tuned right now, because we're gonna ask the question right now and not go to commercial break or whatever. So here we go. So, what is the first thing you're gonna do as president? Mr. Washington, what do you have to say? Well, today we're faced with a lot of problems in the world, such as a shortage of popcorn, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. But I think the first thing I want to do is try to figure out how to solve world hunger. There are people that are hungry out there, and we gotta feed them. Very good, Mr. Washington. Alright, Mr. Napoleon Bonaparte, what about you? I am going to use the presidential bathroom.
What? No, that is not what I said.
Alright, well, both candidates said something pretty important. George Washington said he's going to try to solve world hunger, and Napoleon Bonaparte said he's going to use the presidential bathroom. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, well, thank you for watching the debates. It's up to you to decide who won, and who to vote for, too. So thank you once again. We'll see you all soon. And yes, the president will be decided very soon, so get your votes ready.
What happened to the device out there, man? You could have helped me there, but yeah, you left me flopping like a fish. Yes, very unfortunate. I must say that the device was taken by the American. But I think your point was made in the first half, that people who only saw the first half will like you a lot, as well as the people will support you, even though you made some stupid decisions out there, but they want your decisions. Maybe people will not fall for it. I can hope so. We better win this thing.
Great job out there, Dad. You gave some great answers, even though that first half was a little rough, but hey, so it's kind of beyond our control. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Yeah, we've got this presidency in the bag.